You ready?
Whoop, whoop. Get mine sorted out. Oh, guys, what a day. Right then, hello. An afternoon stream from the 50 Plus Gamer. Wow, are you guys not honoured? No, well, the reason for the stream is because my son, or should I say my son-in-law, is getting married next year. So the good lady decided she was going to go with the bride and get wedding outfits and bridesmaid stuff. And she did say to me she'd be back, but they've gone out, made a day of it, and she's phoned me and said she won't be back till later on. So can we put tonight on hold? So that means I am not going out. And I was going to do trains. I haven't done trains for absolutely ages. And there's a new, let's have a look. There's a new one out, isn't there? So I thought to myself, look, you've got the new NEC New York. I'm going to have a go. I'm going to see what it's like. See if it's worth what I paid for it. See if it's any good. So guys, how are we? I like to say hello to, as you appear in the top of the stream, Kempy. We have got Geordie Byron, Senatum. There are people lurking that I will not call out unless they want to say something in the chat, which is how I always work. Guys, thank you very much for jumping in on the stream as well. It's been a lovely day today, I have to say. It has been really nice. I've been chilled out. I've been having a drink because I'm on a day off. I've been watching movies, which has been good. I've been flying, so I've done quite a bit today, to be honest. I don't normally do a lot on my days off so much because I try to relax because I'm tired. But I thought I'll give this a go, see what it's like, see what it's made of, and we will see how I go. Right, let's have a look then. So we will select. We'll select. I'm going to try and start it again for Mr. G. How are you? Hello. I'm going to start a new one if I can. Let's have a look. Last played scenario, I failed. Oh, I haven't watched that. It's a musical. I can't watch musicals. That's what I can't do. As much as I try to watch musicals, I just cannot do them. So we'll go through the tutorial first, then I'll see what I can pick up on. I can't do, I've done this one already, I think, so I'll do it again for you guys. I cannot do musicals. I tried to watch The Showman. I watched, honestly, I must have watched 5 or 10 minutes of it. And what did it for me was when the two kids started singing. Look, honest to God, I can't sing. They probably can sing, but musicals, nah, not my thing. Couldn't do it. I tell you what I did watch that I enjoyed. Black Panther. That is absolutely amazing. Just Geordie, you will like it. I'll have to get into it then, or I'll have to be in a really soppy, crying mood, depressed, to want to watch something like that. I'd have to be completely depressed and out of my head. Wow. Can't do it, guys. So let's get some sound here and let's see what this game's all about. Right, okay. I know there's issues with the sound. This is a C64 electronic locomotive, also known as the American City Sprinter. It's used exclusively in the Northeast United States. Climb aboard and let's get started. Enter the cab through the door in the front. Well, I wouldn't enter the cab through the door in the rear, would I? So, let's have a look. I love the way this game is because the sound is unbelievable. So guys, you'll have to bear with me on this because it's nothing to do with me. Although I will turn it up in here and I will turn it up on the stream because the sound is quite bad. This is one thing about the game that everyone's complaining about. Okay, it looks good. I have to be honest. If I step back out, it does look nice. Graphics look very good. Got to be honest. It looks pretty. But how it performs is a different thing. Why does the train need sand? Is it sand? Where's sand? Sound. Sound. Right, okay, let's get this battery thing clicked. Have a look. What's it asking me to do? You ready? Troy Miles, 1981. Thank you very, very much for the first follow of the day. Hope you are well. Right, so we've managed to do that. It's then telling me I've got to go and do something. Here we go. It does look nice. I've got to give it credit. The game looks good. Turn the selector switch to the rear. Right, let's have a look what we've got to do here. Right, so selector switch. To the rear. We've done that. Head back into the cab. When ready, climb aboard. Climb into the engine seat and get started. Let's shut doors behind us, eh? We weren't born in a barn. Right, okay, so we're in. So you can toggle by looking around like this. Press the pantograph up button to connect to the cable. There we go. Fully move the main circuit breaker MCD and close position. Where's that? There we go. The close position. It I'm not going to get back out now and have a look. See you later. I'm not going to do that. So that's out of the question, sir. Right, okay, so let's have a look what we've got to do here. Right, it then says set the front headlights to bright and the ditch lights to on. Front to bright and ditch to on. There we go. I think we're ready. Use the reverser, set the direction for travel, move the level to the forward position. Pull back. Okay, so forward position. There we go. Move the brakes to automatic brakes release position, pull the red handle, and you will move it towards you. Okay, so let's put that to release. That's on the release. I'll have a look then for you, and then let's put what else I got to do? Oh, you got to sound the horn. Okay, let's go. Good work. Now apply the power to the master switch, which should be that button there. There we go. You've got to wait for it to... And I think we are off. Reach a speed of at least 40 miles per hour. I think we can do that. I can turn it to outside. There you go. Wow. Got a bald head in the train as well as in real life. So we're up to 15. So as soon as I've hit 40, I think I've got to stop. This does not support track IR either, which is something that everyone's been waiting for. Whether it comes or not, and I don't think it will come in this game. So we are at 24. You know something, guys? I haven't drove a train for so long, so there will be there will be plenty of mistakes, believe you me. Have a look. A lot of mistakes. 30. sound is really bad as well. I apologise that I can't have the sound too loud because at some stage right, I think I've got to stop.
The 50+ game is ready for stream.
Yeah, watch
it.
Right, let's pull that back. Idle. Let's put the brake on. I'll have to, oh, here we go. Now, well, yeah, you have to wait for it to do certain things, and I don't like that in any game. So we're coming to a gradual stop. What time do the shops open where you are then? Six? Whoa. You've got an hour to wait. Nice work. Take this basic training and apply it to the further operation and you'll do great. Wow, and that was it. Yeah. Takeaway, obviously. You're the only guy, you live on takeaways. Right, okay, so next scenario. It looks pretty. So what have we got here? Introducing the NEC New York, Newark, New Rochdale. Rochelle. City Sprinter. Okay. Oh, looks good. Welcome to New York Liberty International Airport. You'll be taking control of an Amtrak 170 from whatever. Devilbeard? How? Devilbeard, how are you? Things are good. Things are okay. Nice to hear from you. Right, so we'll make us way up to the air train to the terminal. Let's do that one. Oh, that's good. Head over to track 1. See how we do. You see, the sad thing about it is I can hear I've just started my new job on Monday. What's that doing, Devilbeard, if you don't mind me asking? Right, so sit in the engineer's seat on the lead locomotive. Watch this, she'll walk right through me. Watch this. Excuse me. Wow. Let me see if I can get the sound just that little bit better. Because the one thing I'm not impressed with, the sound is not good. Let's have a look. So you see, I've got everything turned more or less down. Ambience, turn that up slightly. Alerts, I can turn that a little bit, but the main volume is all full blast, which is so weird on this game. I know you can hear that moving, but the sound in the game is really bad. Oh, that's good. So like exhibitions and concerts and things like that. That's brilliant, that is. And that must be exciting. Right, okay, so open the doors, unlock the doors. Right, how do you unlock the doors again, if I remember rightly? They will be on the right. And I bet you that is a very interesting job. You must meet some amazing people. Which means you would probably be meeting a lot of the people that we see in content. European tour, nice. I think what we're doing is we're waiting for people to get on board. Something like that. Right, let's close the door. Lock the right door. Set the reverser to forward. Set the reverser to forward, which I've done. And then let's put some power on. And release the brake. When I next changed, I didn't look right. I didn't look, did I? Right, so I think we are moving now. There we go. I think with these trains, what I've noticed is you have to pull off relatively slow so that you don't, there we go, look at this, so that we don't get, what do they call it? Is it rail slip, where the rail's slipping and it not get much motion? Get inside. Right, so I've gone up into 5th. There we go. Look at how many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carriages we're carrying. And for me, it's all about stopping. Probably at a later date, once my problem is done, I will have to wait and see. Something like that. It's called wheel slippage, where you're not getting much motion because they're spinning faster than they are getting traction. Yeah, that's it. So there we are. We have got. I've got to go 1.6 miles. That's where they have the projection things, isn't it? There we go on this. I might later on move over to normal train sim and do some routes on there as well, because I wanted to do a lot of this morning, but honest and truthfully guys, I didn't get out. I didn't get up till late. The good lady was going out, so just sort of had to chill out a bit. Right, so let's drop that down one, because I'm going way over speed. Let's put some brake on. Get a bit of brake on there, bring that down. In fact, let's get a lot of brake on. A lot of brake on. Let that right down. There we go. Get the brake off there slightly. Let that roll in. Let that roll in at 15. Buy a bit of brake. So we're just coming in. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something like that because I'll be expected to say something or be there. Right, let's get that stopped. There we go. So objective complete. I think the scenarios are very short on this. Unlock door. Which door am I unlocking? I'll say it'll be the right door. Let's have a look. Go. You make an additional stop at source and left silver train path. Right, so when it allows me to move on, which it has done, take the brake off completely. Drop that forward and we should start moving. It's one of those you cannot put too much power on because I can see it just building up slowly. I will stay in one. Move up to 2. Geordie, you know what the timer under the date's for. Come on. You've been watching me long enough to know what that's for. If you've forgotten, say you've forgotten, but you know what it is. The next follower's birthday. Can't remember. Well, I think I've just told you. The next follower's birthday. And it will go off. And it will play the tune. Right, let's drop up to 3. And I've got to stay. Got to stay below 30 on this one. So we're at 22. Pop it down one. Put a bit of brake on. Get the plane coming in. Definitely not one of mine. Just look at the bottom and the middle of the screen, not the top. Right, so now I can speed up a bit. .3 miles to go. See, I must be getting wheel slip because it's not. Oh, that's better. It kind of doesn't register the gears unless you're doing it right. I think I have to get to a certain speed. Go. Right, that's it. We're getting speed now. How cautious I'm being as well about the gear change and everything else. I just want to keep it below the red so that I don't make any mistakes. So we're coming up to 50 anyway. We're now going uphill. So that will kind of drop speed slightly, but I should be able to hold it on there. I'm going to it all looks nice around here as well. Where's the bell? I think that was over there, wasn't it? There we go. Let's turn the bell off. So we're now gaining speed slowly. 2.6 miles to go. I think I've got to stop again soon. Look at that, looks nice. Oh, you can open the window. Wow. And it actually changes the sound, which is nice. I like that. There you go. Let's have the windows open. It's a lovely day. We've got to get there at 7:13, so guess what? We're late. Got to speed up anyway. I've played this game so many times on the 2018, and I always say that it's very, very cruel on the way it takes points away from you for speeding, using the brake unnecessarily, using the horn unnecessarily. This one seems to be a little bit more tame. I still need to understand a lot of these signs at the top as well. See, I'm way over speed, so drop that. Put a bit of brake on, just to bring me back under the red. Well, I've got 100 kilometers to go. My concern in all these games is always stopping right as well. Drop that, brake off. So release the brake. Just let it roll in. I don't think I'm good enough at the moment to go on the time scale and get there at certain times. I think what I've managed to do is work the train so that I can understand the controls without having to use the mouse to action the keys like you would do with that one and that and this one here. I've learnt them on the keys. So we're coming to stop now, so let's take that off so we can slow down gradually. Put a bit of brake on. There we go. Then we'll slowly start to stop as we're coming to the station. I always think that 30 is an average speed to come into a station at anyway. Release the brake. so that we can then glide in. There we go. At least then I'll be able to stop, you see. That's not too bad for me. Buy a bit of brake. And then we can slow down to stop. Go. As we come in. Don't think I got the whole train under. Let's have a look. That's not too bad. It says objective complete. I'm happy with that. Open the doors. We'll be opening the doors on the left side this time. So it's... Here we go. Mr. T, is one ready?
You ready?
I am ready. That was that bit, which for me is quite easy. Get that to 0. Get them doors shut. Right, get that to 0, ready to pull off. Idle. We have people milling around on the platform. Right, I need to get inside, ready to shut these doors. For me, the game, I still find the game quite glitchy. Right, let's get them doors shut. See? You can't shut the doors, look. There we go, doors shut. So we're now heading to New York Penn. Okay, so let's put a bit of slight. Let's get this thing moving. There we go. And you actually get in trouble for using your horn inside the station, as weird as it sounds. Get that bell turned off. We'll get to about 10 miles an hour. And then I'll go up a gear. Come on. We're pulling 6 cars, which is probably quite a bit. There we go. And we are supposed to reach there at 7:25, which we are not going to do. 4.2 miles. It's going to be a difficult one, but we'll see what we can do. And try and go a bit faster as well. I do think the scenery looks nice on this, what they've done. But then I still find it a little bit... it'll do. Stay away from the platform so the camera don't go crazy on me. $7.19 at the moment. 3.8 miles to go. I don't think we're going to do it. I'm not overly concerned if we don't do it anyway, because at the end of the day it's about me enjoying myself, which is the whole idea. Right, I have to be careful of my speed as well. That's one thing I've got to be cautious of. So we're up to 60 and it's saying we can do about 70 at the moment. I'm going to stay around about this speed if I can hold it. Yeah, that seems good for me. In a warehouse. So we're doing about Coming up to about 70 now. And if I don't want to derail, I think the best thing for me to do is just ease on a bit of brake. Just slightly to bring myself down. I like the way the speed just drops the way it does. Now that'll slow me down. 2.6 miles to go. And we're where we should be. I'm just going to release. Just release that so it can catch up. Drop that down one gear. In order for me to catch that now, I've noticed that I'd have to take the reverser right off. Take it right off to 0 idle and then put it forward to get back in gear. That's one thing I'm learning about the game. Get it up to 4. Notice it, see I'm going over speed already, look. Leave it on 2. So the difference on this one, it doesn't tell you whether you're going downhill so much. There's not enough unless... Oh, it does. Yeah, I've got 1.2 slope. It does. And that's what the difference is. So really, I need to put that on minimum. Will keep me at a steady pace. And just keep easing that off every so often. Oh, guess what? My good lady's just come home. Oh, she comes at the right time, don't she, women? That's what she said. There we go. Look, dogs are barking. She's all happy now because she's been out looking for bridesmaid dresses and wedding dresses. So she'll be happy, over the moon, want to tell me all about it. And I'll do what a typical bloke will do. Speak to me when I finish streaming. So we come in there at 34, which I always say is about the right speed to come into a station. Around about 30. I think I'm stopping. Yeah, it's not going to take me. I'm stopping soon. So let's get a bit of stopping very quick, in fact. And I'm speeding, so let's get that slowed down. One thing I don't want to do is derail. Take that off. Oh, you see? I passed the I passed the signal for danger. That's what I'm trying my best here, and I've passed the signal for danger. So I told you she'd come straight. No, I'm on. See, I told you she'd be in a happy mood because she'd been looking at wedding dresses and stuff. I know. I'll speak to you later. No, not really. I've got no choice, have I? I know. I can imagine. I'll speak to you later. Wow. See? Wouldn't surprise me if she's had a drink as well. That's what it's all about. Right, so I'm going to replay that scenario. Because that one I can do. I just came in. And I didn't even... Why would it stop me at a red there when I was coming into the platform? I don't get that one either. I don't understand that. It stopped me, well, failed me coming into the platform. Which means I was going to stop anyway, theoretically. Unless it was something to do with a train that hadn't cleared the platform. I don't understand that one. They always win. Not told me to move yet, but I know where I'm going. See? Let's get over there quick. Sorry for running, guys. Right. So try and do this one again and see if I can complete it this time. Okay. Bring that down. Unlock that door. Have a look outside. Yep, doors are open. Put that in forward anyway. At least I can have a quiet night in, which is okay. That'll be nice. I don't know what time I'll stream to now because she'll want to do something to eat later on, but at least it means I haven't got to get my glad rags on just to go down the road to the rest. We're going to go to an Indian. Here we go. I'm sure I lock that. Lock it. Told you this game is glitchy. I have locked the doors. They are locked. There we go, you see. What more would you want me to do? Objective complete. Release the brakes, which I've already done. Apply the power and let's go. Here we go. Try and go a little faster this time. If I can get there for 7:05. I'm going 2.4 miles. It does look okay. Every time I look at it, I'm thinking it looks okay for what it is. It does look okay. They've actually, you know, started to put a bit of content in this game, which is, I think, what people were waiting for. Let's get some power on there. Let's get up to speed. Oh, we've got 7 gears, have we? You see, that's when it starts to slow down because it's getting wheel slip. It must be getting rail slip. There we go. Yeah, it is, definitely. Because the ampage is going... Well, the ampage is going down. He's going up slowly. Look at this thing. That's how bad I am. Look at that thing's powering off. Let's just do this. That thing's powering off. There we go. Full throttle. So we can get out of this thing. That thing is powering off compared to what I'm doing. The idea being, I'm going to be stopping soon. So we're holding at that. I'm going to put a bit of, just put a bit of, put that on there. Minimum application. 0.8 miles to go. Let's release that. Yeah, I understand I'm speeding, so if I don't... Be a derail here. I think for me it's the amount what you have to do. Right, let's put 1% on just to get me down quicker. We're coming in again at 30, so the platform's here, so I should be okay. I'll just apply it now. Here we go. If I can get the whole train on the platform this time. I think we'll get the whole train on this. Do that. Try and be professional, get the whole train on. There we go, look. V Bruce! How are you, sir? Simmer, how are you? Alright, let's get the doors open, which will be on the right side. Let's have a look how we did. Let's have a look how we did with this one. I think you can't pull, zoom in. Yeah, we got the whole train on this time, guys, so we did okay. Yeah, I've been watching you, Bruce. I have been lurking in your streams, don't worry. I have been lurking. I do a lot of that. Right, let's get them shut. Let's get inside. Let's get that released. And let's... Won't let me move until it's ready. That's what I don't like about the game. There we go. I don't know if we actually made that time, to be honest, although we're pulling off at 7:06. And then we've got 7:13 to reach the next destination, 4.9 miles. I'm going to do some, I'm going to do a little bit of this, and I'm going to move over to 2018 because I was looking at that, and to be honest, it's still better than this because it carries track IR and things like that. But I will pop over. I'm going to go over and do something like that in a bit. It depends on how long she lets me stream for. Let's get some speed up now. There we go. As long as I'm looking at the ampage and it's not dropping so much, I know I'm getting... Although, I'm only supposed to be doing 30. So let's drop that. Another one. Put a bit of brake on there to hold it. And release that. I'm trying to... It would be nice on these where if you say you had... One, you got 7 gears on this, and if, for instance, one probably put you at 10 miles an hour, and so forth and so forth, you could. It's not like I know some of them have cruise control. I don't know if this has got cruise control. Have a look. If it has, I don't see it. I know some of them do have cruise control. Right, let's bring that back. I can apply. I think 2 should be sufficient. Yeah, that's taking it up steady. I just want to work out what I get out of them if I leave it on 2. What's the maximum speed it will give me if I just leave it on 2? I've not even got the throttle that far forward as well. And that seems steady, that does. I think it's the signs I need to learn. Right, so I can go up 1 now because it's moved to 60. Taken that. I've released that, so that's fine. That's not too bad. I don't know what's easier, flying a plane or driving a train. That's staying steady there, and I'm happy with that. And then do I speak too soon? It starts to rise slowly. Flying a train. It's got to be easier, hasn't it, T? It's got to be. I find them both difficult. Whatever I do, I find it difficult. So I need to just ease that slowly. Just to keep me... Right, see, and that's taken the... Put it back to 2. That's what I like at the moment now, because that is holding it steady at that speed. I'm trying to find a plugin for moving airport scenery. Wow. Moving airport scenery. Oh, okay, I think I get what you mean. I tell you what I have been doing today, Mr. T. I've been flying on you don't like it anyway, TS World and the flight school, because of the scenery. It looks a lot better than FSX and things like that. But what I'm disappointed with, the planes and baggage handling. Don't you use is it GX? You can get one called GX, I think it is. Or is it yeah, GX, I think it is. I've got installed that one, where you can set up your what is it? You can what do they call them? You can set up your airport stations anyway for each plane that you've got. Yeah, I've seen you use it. It does look good, but I know with this one, you can set it up for any plane that you've got, whether it be default or payware. Oh right. Oh okay. So it looks like it's a busy airport. I get what you mean. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Right, let's just take that up another one. So we've gone to 5. And we've got 1.8 miles to go. It's about stopping, guys, and I keep saying that. The speed is easy, you just keep pressing the buttons. And I have to be careful I don't get caught out again. Yeah. I was talking about the name you dovetail. And I was just, because I don't have payware on FSX or any of them. Ladike, you will get a notification of that follow, but thank you very much. I don't have payware. I try to stay freeware. And on the dovetail one, it looks quite nice. And I was flying the Cessna and the Diamond D90, which is a nice plane. Oh, look at that, I'm getting tear there, look. Right, I need to start slowing down a lot. So drop that down, drop that down. Put a bit of... That'll bring me down. Oh, Mr. T, wow. Right, let's get a bit more on that, because it's coming in quite quick on that one. That's what she said. Let's put a bit more brake on that. I need to get to about 30 something. Otherwise I will overshoot. I don't mind it. You need to understand, I'm not a seasoned pilot like you. So the difference being is, you would not like it. I think it's okay. RND, how are you? Or RDN, I always do that. Or RDN, on Twitch. Right, let's get that off. Get that just coming in. Steady. 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 And I think we just got there, guys. That's not too bad. Right, so we're on the left side here. I love how when you touch it, it just goes straight to the left. Straight to the right as soon as you open it. Look at that. Straight to the left no matter what I do. Look at that. Don't know why it does that. Here we go. Managed to get it done. Bit of a issue with that when I press it. It kind of goes straight to the right all the time. And really that pantograph, you'd thought that would have come down. Right, so 7:15, so we were late. My name ain't Joe. Oh, I don't know why you would have mentioned that anyway, but still. Right, so we carry on. Oh, let me get back inside and set this to off. Set that to 0. Idle, should I say. That's better. And then I can get that door shut. I'm going to just see if I can work out why that does that. If I press it. Right, okay. So if I press it and don't put the mouse on it. Yeah, as soon as I press it, the mouse jumps to it. That is weird. Right, it's unlocked anyway. Right, that's locked it. So now we've got to go to... This is the one that I failed on. So let's see if I can get that moving quite quick. And I've got to watch out for that red signal. So theoretically we've got 9 minutes. 9 minutes to do 4.2. There we get them. Mr. T, I noticed when you was playing this as well, you had the same issue. The sound in the game is really, really bad in the sense that you have to have everything else turned down and the ambience and all the other different sounds, you have to turn them up to get a good volume in the game. It's something they still haven't looked at. This game definitely needs a sound patch on it. Because I've got it turned up quite high in here. I can only have it turned up so much on the stream and it still is an issue with the sound. And I think everyone's complained about that. If you take the windows down, you hear a little bit more. Right, so we've got to go 3.8 miles. I'm only concerned about these signals because I still don't understand them 100%. Right, so we're up to 50 miles an hour. Flat terrain as well. What's that say? Claim now. Is that land they're selling? So we're up to 58. And I know that as I turn this corner, as I take this bend here, I know it slows down slightly. I'm going to drop that down one. Just ease on the brakes slightly. Just slightly. Is that, I'm sure that drops in a bit. Take that back and put that to 2. Here we go. I knew it dropped. He's on the brake. I just want to make sure that I don't go through that sign again. Put that back to... Right, so we're coming in at 40. It's because we're going downhill. Look at this. Can't see a damn thing. There we go. Forward. Oh right, so I have worked out something that I had missed. Got a reversing brake. Use a bit of brake on there. I always say it's the more you do something, you learn about it more. And I'm trying to get this down now because we are speeding. So let's take that just there. That off. Right, take that off. Okay. I know this looks like I am a beginner. I was going to say, no, it makes it look like I am very much a beginner on trains still. Get that to 2. Which should keep me... Don't think you can get to... Oh, look at that. That looks bad, don't it? Outside shot in a tunnel. Lay that down one. I just want to know why it failed me, or the reason it gave me that red signal. I just need to know why it gave me a red signal. 0.7 miles to go. Oh, dropping. So let's just drop that. Go up a gear. Brakes are off. Alright, let's drop that down now. Historic, how are you? Right, I'm going to put the brake on slightly, only because I don't want to get caught at that. Bring that down. 0, and then put 1. And just see if it slowly brings me in. Now, there it is, look. Now, help will be needed because that looks like it's a flashing. I think I'm coming to a stop. shouldn't be stopping. Come on, guys. Right, I shouldn't be stopping. I shouldn't be stopping. I should not be stopping. Not with that. Here we go. We're going slowly. Oh, because it's got a 2%. There we go. I'm that cautious about not going through that red. Although, look in there. Trying to work out which one it moved me over to. If it moved me over to there, then I can see why it failed me. But on that one, you've got a yellow and a red. And it's not telling me to stop. Get the speed up on that one. I did, Kets, but to be honest, I looked and I don't have you as an administrator. I wondered what you was on about, because I don't have you as an admin. And I couldn't remove it if you're not an admin. Right, there it is. That there, look. No, it's not a metro. I'm just driving it like one. They are air brakes. They have a massive release delay. All right. Oh, you meant... No, all right. I get what you mean. You meant on the farm. Right, you meant on the farm. Right, let me stop. You see, help me out here now, guys. Theoretically, I cannot go past that signal while it's on a red like that. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, somebody was on about that. No, you're okay. You're allowed so many caps. Now, am I right in saying that, Mr. T? I cannot go through that signal. Because it's a red. I'm sure I can't. Thank you. Storic, leave me alone. Oh. Mickey, thank you. You can't go through a red, yet alone a double. Okay. It will. I don't mind. I can't. Do you know something? I can't play any of these games for the time. Only see chat on stream. Why do I only see chat on stream but not in Twitch? Because you've probably closed the page. I just refresh it. Just right hand click and refresh and it might come up. Or you've actually closed the page, or you're watching it in theatre mode. Which means the chat box has disappeared from one side. That's the only thing I can suggest. It probably keeps me here because I believe there's either a train on the platform that hasn't cleared. I'm typing in it like I normally do. Oh, the 787 Dreamliner. No, I'm not. I don't buy planes if I can help it. But I don't see any other message from other people. Only my own. I don't know, because I can see everything there. And I can also see all the ones on the Twitch page as well. So I don't know. You can either do one of two things. You can close, if you're watching it through an app, you can either close it and reopen it and it might correct the fault. Like they say, turn it off and turn it on again. How long do I have to wait? Kets, thank you very much, sir. Oh, through the browser, like always. Oh, it fixed. How did it fix? It is. It's weird. Twitch. Everybody knows Twitch is glitchy. Sorry, everybody knows that. See, now that don't matter. How long would it hold you here for? Right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and go forward. And if it closes the scenario, I'm going to jump over to... What that, so you can't... Cab lights. Where are the cab lights? Cab lights, cab lights, cab lights. They were over here, weren't they? Cab lights, there we go. Let's put them back on. Right, cab lights are on. Okay. And let's put... What have we got? Both lights are on. What about the... We'll leave that like that. Okay. Let's see what happens. Maybe you are a minute early. No. Never early. Let's take that off. And let's just do this. I'm going to see what happens. I don't think... Why is it going backwards? Come on. I ain't even got it in reverse, look. Put the brake on. I don't even have it in reverse yet. It's going... Oh, I know why. Because of the incline. Right, so I've got to put power on. Wow, this is great. Power on. And then release the brake. Okay. Let's try that. There we go. I think I've got it. Wow, this is great. This is. Right, okay. Okay, 50. It's like driving a car. It's like driving a car now, this is. Put the brake on. Okay, right. Let's try this once more. Put the brake to minimum. Right, brake at 6%. Now let's get... Right, let's get about... As soon as you apply the brake, it cuts out... Oh, there we go. It cuts out... Hang on, I think we're moving. I think we are moving backwards. I think we're moving backwards faster than we're going forwards. Oh, come on. Wow, this is great, this is. Okay. Help. Got to release the brake to minimum. 1% brake. Get that back. Right, go forward. This should still make it move slightly forward. Oh, GTA. Cannabis. Hey, 50, are you ready for the evening?
You ready?
How are you, sir? Can I blitz? Right, here we go. More. More. Wow, this is weird. Bulls 158, thank you very, very much for the follow. Apply sand for traction. Mickey, you know what? I'm getting out and I'm doing it now. That is weird because the braking system means that you can put it on slight release and it will still slow the train down. But you got to understand, I'm carrying 6 carriages. I watched a lot of hours. Oh, a lot of house flipping for it's really, yeah, it comes out. Is it next week? No, April. Or what did it say? I don't know if it's April the 12th or something daft like that, or the 10th. Oh, come on. The power that this has got, and it can't pull it. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Hold on. Hold on. I think we have power. Right. Did my first... Oh, brilliant. Did you... I'll have to look at that. You need to wear sunglasses to look at it, Denzel Washington. Oh, that was not a bad film, that was. I think it's going to fail anyway. If it fails, I'm going to go over to 2018. Definitely. I'm going to go straight over to 2018 and see if I can enjoy myself doing something. I haven't done trains for that long, and I'm kind of enjoying this, but I'm not that good, as you can see. Right, let's see what happens here. If I go through this, if I go through them two, and it fails the scenario, because I'm probably, what? Let's have a look. 15 minutes late, if not more. What fails? Watch. There you go. Now that doesn't make sense. How long was I supposed to wait there? I'm not even going to ask the question. It's bugged, I think. You need the patch. Well, I don't know what patch it is. This is a new train game. It's not a new train game, but it's a new scenario. That's what it was. It was a new scenario until I decided to go like this. It was a new scenario. Well, that's not going to work with both of them running, is it? And it's not turned itself off. It says it's still running. I love this. So there is an issue with the game. Probably did. It's telling me that Train Sim World CSX is still running. I'm just gonna try something. 1 second, guys. Only because it's telling me it's still running. Rel 32, that's that one. So it's not running. So let me find out what's causing the issue. I've just got an issue where it's telling me one of them's still running. No. Let's see if it interferes with this one anyway. We'll try it. We'll see. Yeah, this is the full version, yeah. Oh, it's stopped now, you see, it's just clicked. The one that I was doing, I did this, and I kind of enjoyed this. And it was the East Coast Main Line. And I just did it from Chester-Lee Street straight the way to York. And I kind of like this train, to be honest, because it just handled quite well. So I'm going to try and do that one and see if it runs okay. Let's see what happens. I've landed back in with a pizza. Wow. Just while that's loading, I'm just going to say hello to my missus as well, guys. Just while it's loading. There we go, look. It's always nice when the game supports. Let's get this hat sorted out. I've washed my hat, and excuse the expression, it's gone all floppy. So I'm a little bit right. Let's have a look. Reset that. Here we go. See? Always nice when things work right, isn't it? And that sounds incredibly loud, don't it, guys? Right, let's turn that down a bit. Now that's the difference. When you're looking at the sound, that's the difference. What's my favourite train? I would say the Intercity. That's the one that I purchased that I think is absolutely brilliant. That one is. Really is a nice train. This one's from the outside. Looks nice. Look, I've loaded it up with 6 carriages. Do you know what as well, Jordy? She's actually sleeping.
The 50 plus game is ready for stream. Y'all watch it.
AM Guy, thank you. Let's turn this down in here. AM Guy, thank you very, very much for the host. Much appreciated. So what it is, she's been out most of the day and she's absolutely knackered because she got up at 8 o'clock this morning. I've just been in to see her and she's laying down all curled up. She's got the 2 dogs around her and she's just gone, shall we get something in for dinner later? And I says, yeah, I don't know what time I'm going to stream till, but yes, I will do that. If it makes her happy, I will definitely do it. She won't want to go for a drink, Geordie. That's what she won't want to do. I think if you think about the hours that she does, sometimes when she comes in, she's really tired. Right, okay, so first of all, let's get the doors open so people can actually get on the train, get off the train or get on it, depending on what they want to do. Right, let's do that. Yeah, let's have a look. Are they open? There we go. See, they're all getting on now. So the difference with this, what I like about it, the sound's good. It looks okay, and it performs a lot better than the versions they've made. I am fine, AM Guy. Absolutely fine when I'm talking to you guys. I think... Oh, he came out the window. Did you just see where he appeared from? This guy came straight out the window. There he is, look. Right, okay, so doors have shut. We can get on our way. Now, I think it's a straight run. 71.63 miles to York. So, if I remember how to do this one, let's get that off. Let's get that forward. Let's get that into 2 when I pull off. And let's do that. And guess what? We are moving. There we go, guys. We're off and away. It's East Coast, my bad. Now, was that you on the platform, Geordie? I think it's number 4. There we go. There we go. Does that look like it's moving? Doesn't to me. Look. Is it moving? Isn't it moving? Is it moving? Is it moving? Isn't it moving? Wow. Tell you what. Nobody's shoes. Right, let's get some speed up anyway. I'm going to try that shot again because I'm sure that thing is not moving. I don't think this thing will do 125. What does it say? Maximum speed 70, but the line is 125. I want to take that shot again because that did not... Look. Oh, it is moving. Oh, it is moving. There you go. Not moving at a very fast pace, is it? Right, let's get back in and get this thing some speed on it. There we go. Can I just have a sound check, guys? Because I do not want it to sound too loud. Does that sound about right? I like TS World. I do like TS World. Thank you, Bull. I do like TS World, to be honest. Thank you, Cannablitz. And thank you for being in the room, Cannablitz. Haven't seen you for a while. So for Cannablitz, for Bulls, Geordie, Mr. T, AM Guy, and everybody else. This is for you guys.
You ready?
Let's get some volume on now. There we go. I'm in a happy mood because I break up from work and I've got a whole week off. Woohoo! 50's happy. Wow. 50's very happy. Not to think about work, just to enjoy myself, just to have... I know I'll have a good time over these... Rexper, woo woo, how are you, sir? I know I'll have a good time. And the one thing I want to do and I want to learn is I want to learn Surviving Mars, because that game is absolutely winding me up. It really is. What? I don't talk about people a lot, but I have mentioned that I haven't seen Cannablitz for a while. I have mentioned that Cannablitz. Even though this route is very old, it's very good still. I have a lots of... What's that? Dumas and demos on this route over the years, but I can't afford TSW. I have a good route to top tips for videos. Go on then, Mr. T. Mickey, how are you? Oh, Rexpert. Now, if the conversation we had, Rexpert, was about your bike, and if I remember rightly, if you use your bike to go to college or school, need permission. Need permission. If you want to put a link in, you have permission to put a link in. You got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to put it in, sir. Diesel multiple unit. Oh, wow. You see, I learn something every day. I like acronyms. It's repaired, but it took a month's salary. Wow. It looks okay, this thing does. Look at that. It looks nice. Look at that. What a locomotive. I'm going to take a risk as well, guys, and I am going to try my best to do a steam engine. A driving brick. Oh, that's not nice. That is not nice at all. Well, that's the link. Oh, did it not let you put the link in? I gave you permission. I'm sure. Look, I'll do it again. You will not get timed out for 3 minutes, it says to me. Yep, no problem. Oh, it won't let you. I don't know what it is, Mr. T. I got no idea. That is weird. I've given you permission, but it will not let it go in. I don't know why. Unless you put it in Discord, and I'll drag it down if you want to. Am I speeding? Wow, yes I am. Okay, let's take that down. Let's just get me to 65. Get this thing to below 65. There we go. I apologise, Mr. T. I don't know what that is. It can't be what's coming up there.
The resources around your base, because your drones and shuttles will do it automatically.
There you go.
You don't always want everything.
So I'll drop the link in if anybody wants to look at that. What route is this? So this is the East Coast? Northeast? Whatever. I don't get into all that. I just drive trains. I'm so bad, aren't I? Let's see if I can stop at a train station. That'd be nice. That's what I'd like to do. If I can stop. I'm going to have a look at that, but thank you for that. Let's see if I can stop. That's what it's all about with me, guys. I don't have to stop, but if I can, it's going to be well worth it. There we go. And it's a long train, 6 carriages. There we go. I think I'm going to do it. Look at that. 50 managed to stop. Wow, wow, wow. And get the whole train on the platform. That was good. If anybody wants to get off, you can. There you go. 3 of them decided to save their lives. Left the Exeter to Bristol one. Thank you for that. Thank you for showing to everybody. Thank you very much, Bull. There's a lot of stuff going to happen on Surviving Mars Historic. I have looked at that. I was watching somebody stream it today as well, and I was trying to pick some tips up, especially with power. The one thing that irritates me about that game is after a while, things just stop happening. Like the drones stop repairing and all stuff like that. And it is annoying for me. It looks an absolutely amazing game. But I was a little bit taken aback when they all stopped, and then I'm losing power, and I need to stream it. I need to play it to understand it a lot more, because it's one of those where you can't play it for a little bit, go away and come back to it. You've got to be constantly at it to understand what what things are doing, and that's what I'm finding it difficult with. I've had to get rid of all my saves. I've got rid of every single save, and I'm gonna try it again over the week from start with help from you guys. I managed to survive for, I think it was 19 days or something, it says on the bottom. It's got a name for it, but for me it's going to be an interesting adventure, I can tell you that now. You can't do it like that, Sim. You just can't do it. I think for me, I'm going to come back to it, and I might stream it if I'm off in the day. I'll probably stream it when the good lady's at work, so I can spend longer on it. Maltus, how are you? I wouldn't say another great game, but I haven't, you know what? I haven't done trains for so long. I really haven't done them for that long. And it was only because I was sat here and I thought, do you know what has 50 not done for a long time? And it's trains. Terrible mood. I could use some daddy management coaching. Listen, Maltus, I don't know how old you are, right? And it's not that I want to know, but for me, when I'm in a bad mood, if I feel a little bit depressed or feel down, yeah, right, so if I ever feel down or something like that, do you know what I do? I call my daughter up and I get her to bring my granddaughter around, and that always cheers me up, because the smile on her face when she sees me and the love that she shows when we're messing around and playing things, I tell you something now, you could never ever be in a mood around that person, never. She comes running to me and I think it's absolutely brilliant, it really is. That's what I'm all about, honestly. I'll be honest with you, I even said to Janet today, I says, when are the grandkids coming around? Oh, there you go. So you're going to be the same age as me, or a little bit younger. My son's 19, so you're going to be about the same age as me if you were a good lad and you started at the right time. Let's put it that way. Right, let's drop this. Let's knock this up. Probably a lot younger. Well, you can see this wonderful face here anyway, look. You can see this wonderful face, and you can see how young I am. I am 43 from 75. Wow, okay. So there's 10 years between me and you. That's all you need to know. Yeah, there's 40 years. Oh, right, okay, I get what you mean now, yeah. Oh, dear. Well, never let them get at you. Oh, I like the way you guys are doing that, you know. So, Sim's probably about the same age as me. I just turn around and say, do you know what? Honestly and truthfully, I am young at heart, and that is all that matters. Honestly, guys, that's all that matters. Oh, wait, you've got to. I always say this, and I say this to a lot of the guys that I work with. I always say this: the world could be falling apart. The world could be falling apart around you. Okay, but at the end of the day, if it's something you can't do anything about, try to stay cheerful. And honestly, I always try and stay cheerful. I've got to slow down because that's coming to 65 just here. I've been a bit, how can I put it, a little bit miserable because of the hours that I've been doing at work and just how I've been feeling because we've been understaffed. I'm having to pick up, you know, where people aren't there. And what did it for me was Janet came in and she just says to me, you're not, and this is what she does to cheer me up. She went, 50's not got his spark back, 50's not got his sparkle. And I went, and I have to laugh because she'll only ever refer to me as 50 when she's either after money or the other thing. And I just went, I'm all right. I'm just kind of letting things get to me for no reason. And it was only because we sat there having a drink and a chat that it kind of cheers you up. You get what I mean? Because women are very good at doing that. They are very good at making you feel, what's the word? They're very good at making you feel wanted at times. And believe you me, they are very good at making you feel that you've done something wrong. Believe you me. More, they've done something wrong. And I think it was nice when she did that because she could see that something was bothering me. And she won't push me in any way, but what she'll do is she'll try and get it out of me in a different kind of way. And she's always been good like that. If anything's wrong with your 50, just talk to me. Tell me about it. Don't bottle it up. What are we like as blokes? Blokes do one thing, and she always says this. Blokes, I don't want to put on my missus. So if I have an issue at work or if I have a problem with somebody or anything, I won't tell her. I don't put on her. My missus, as soon as somebody upsets her or anything like that, she comes in and I have to sit there and listen, and you're like this. And she's giving it large. But you listen, if you get what I mean. But we don't. Blokes, we just bottle it up. We're, you know what I mean? We're stiff upper lip. We don't cry, we don't, blokes. We don't show our emotion because we're tough. I don't think my missus has ever seen, she's only ever seen me cry once. And that was through pain, when I was in pain. I won't get into that, but God, I was in pain and I could not, oh God. That's the only time I know. If I get annoyed about something, if I get upset, I kind of push myself away into a little corner and I deal with it myself. Yeah, honestly, I just don't do it. I always try and stay cheerful. As difficult as it can be. Now, don't you think that this 2018 is a lot better than heavy haulage? I have to be honest. I find this a lot more soothing, a lot better. And the sound is a lot better as well. So why is it that they haven't taken something from this and just dropped it in that game? Because this to me looks absolutely brilliant for a scenario. Or it's probably one of those things, because I haven't played trains for so long, I'm kind of enjoying it more. Yep, once for me also when I double fractured my arm was, yeah. No, I'll disclose it, because guess what? We say blokes don't talk about things. Now, see if you can understand this one. Why am I losing speed? That's another question. Let's do that. Does anybody know what an anal fissure is? If you don't, please Google it. I used to go to the gym, and I'll put it down to the fact that I was either lifting too many weights or whatever it was, and I got an anal fissure. And an anal fissure is a split up your back passage. And I'll tell you something now, right? Oh, this is embarrassing. I wouldn't wish one of those on my worst enemy, because it is absolutely excruciating pain. And the pain comes and no disrespect, guys, listen, it is horrible. It is horrible, because women normally get it. Women normally get it when they're giving birth, because a woman can get split from the vagina part right round to the arse. Now look, guys, I'll be honest with you, I had it for 9 months, and it was, honest and truthfully, it would have been probably 6 months of constant pain. And the worst part, there goes pasted it. The worst part is when you go to the toilet. That's all I will say. I'll say no more. It is absolutely horrible, guys. It really is. And it lasted 9 months. I could have given birth in less time than that. That's how bad it was. But like anything, you get through it. I don't mind talking about it, because when I looked at, the doctor said to me, look it up online so you understand exactly what it is, and there's 2 things that they can do for you. They can either give you an operation, or you can just leave it and it will actually heal on its own, and all they will give you is painkillers. So guess what? I opted for the latter of the 2, which was, I didn't want the operation, because he said if you have the operation, believe it or not, because it's connected to all your different parts down there, it could leave you impotent. And I thought, for a man of my age and as virile as I am, I will leave it so that it would heal on its own. That's how it goes, and that's what I did. Wow, honestly, that's exactly what it's like. It's just one of those things. I love conversations like this. Honestly, you have to. And I just thought to myself, do you know what, guys? Storic, keep that thought in your head. Keep that thought in your head, that's what I will say. But just think, I actually went through that, and it was horrible. I've been through some things in my life, but believe you me, that was the worst that I can actually say I experienced, and I would never, ever, 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 ever want to go back through again. Yeah, that's what I said while eating pie. Keep that thought in your head. Honestly. Have a look, number 5, isn't it? There we go. Let's have a look who's in here. I love the way it does that, look. And it only does it when I use the track IR. It just misses that cab. You see, you can tell it's an old locomotive, look. It's not like your modern stuff. Nothing like it. I've been in a while here. It's me, or was it you? You keep talking about... Oh, I don't know what that is. I haven't got it now. Right, we'll get off that subject, because I haven't got it now, like you say, but... I am sure that there are some of you out there... It's a nice train. There are some of you out there that have had things happen to you that you are, and I'll use the word lightly, embarrassed about, that you would never tell anybody about. Because we've all got something that we've either done, we've either seen, or we've either caused that we've gone, I'm not telling anybody about that, and I'd never tell them about that. But I was fortunate enough that the guys at work were very supportive of me when I couldn't do things. No, we can't, Maltese. Stop it now. We cannot. Let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to allow that message now. That's it now. I won't allow that message now. If we're going to get carried away. So. I think it's kind of... Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Yeah, let's talk trains. Regional railways. Oh, how wonderful are they? Yes, I have. Now you can pack that in as well, Maltese. Oh, the kids have had that. You cannot get away from that. Right, so I am actually speeding, so let me get in and sort this out. Let's drop that down. Let's drop that. I'll just slow it down. I can stay below 65. There we go. That should hold me. Should take me back to about 60. Tell you what we'll do. If I drop that there, and then put the speed up there, that will hold it right. Right, so that holds it at... I'm just trying to work out how I can hold the speed on this as well. That'll do it. I'm going to try, to be honest, I am going to try and look at doing more of this, and I'm going to look at routes. I find them quite expensive as well, to be honest. How much did that one cost you, Sim? Because I find them expensive. The trains aren't so bad, because if you go into the sale, you can get trains from around £2.99, and I won't really go anything over like a tenner. But when you look at the routes, yeah, I know there's a set. I've been looking at it, but when you look at the routes, £24 and all this lot, and it's the, for me, it's the routes that you need more than the trains. Because just think, if you've got 2 or 3 trains, the best thing with this game is you can put them on any of the routes. Because I was driving this on a route that was specifically made for a steam train. And I just think that this game is really nice. Money, making machines. They're all like that though, aren't they? Because I think somebody said it was about £5,000 or £6,000 for all the add-ons. Or is it 1,000? Somebody said it's for all the add-ons and everything, it's a lot of money. I'm still losing speed here. Right, let's just crank that up. There we go, that's what the issue is. Just ease off on the gas. It's a lot of money to get the whole pack, the whole scenarios. And then you've got, is it just trains? Where you can get add-ons which are a lot cheaper, and then some of them are a lot better than what you call it, Dovetail, let you have anyway. I play a lot of games. I do all of the games, to be honest. Euro Truck. I love the games I like, and the games that I have a lot of passion for are things like Stranded Deep, The Long Dark. I've got one called Survive in the Pacific, or Leave the Pacific. That's a new one that I've got that I'm going to start streaming as well. I love games where you have to kind of think. Like, I mean, I love Surviving Mars, but I've got to get into it. And somebody was asking me the other day if I've ever done City Skylines, and I've got the game, never streamed it. Another game that came out that was very hyped at the time was Planet Coaster. But Planet Coaster is a lovely game, Planet Coaster. But I love Stranded Deep. I love Stranded Deep. I think that's a very, very good game, and I would like to do a lot more of that and get the DLCs. And the one game I like a lot as well is Long Dark. I love the game The Long Dark, because them games, you have to think about what you're doing. You have to survive for a certain time. I like what I'm doing at the moment with some of the challenges. I do like that. And they are set up really, really grueling. They're not easy. It's not as if you can say, well, I tell you what, I can do that and I'll complete it. It just doesn't work like that. I've seen a lot of streamers do it, and they've all come back with the same thought. It's an absolutely amazing game, the way it's put together. And the scenarios are quite difficult, which is what I like about it. Yeah, you know what, Cannibal, it's a lovely game, that is. Things like that, I love to play. I like to take my time with it as well, and it's a chill for me. It's just a chill. If I ever thought that chasing a rabbit and hitting it with a stone would stun it so you can break its neck, I'd have done it years ago. I would have done it years ago, when I was a kid. So this I am enjoying. Ooh, pretty lady. That is a pretty lady. You know what? That's not even me. Look at this. Not even me. You couldn't do avatars in this one. That's what the issue was in this game. I'm more interested in the pretty lady there, look. She's got no expression on her face. Look at that. What's that all about? The game brings people over, Malthus. I always say that. Honestly, I'll tell you how I won't say who I was speaking to. I was having a conversation with a follower, and he was saying to me, what can I do that is different to bring people into the stream? Because he was going on about overlays and everything, and I said one thing: you could have the best looking stream with overlays, look great and everything, it could look brilliant, but if you're not playing the right game and you're not interacting with chat or the followers, people won't come. It doesn't matter what you do. I always say the game is a bonus. I know you guys come to hear me waffle on about bleeding anything and everything, but for me, I like to play a game that people like and do my best to, how can I put it, to give you that experience. That's what I like to do. For me, that's my personal opinion. I don't play a game that I don't like. I won't go, oh, guess what, everyone's streaming that, so I'll start streaming it. I won't do that. I don't like to do that, because I'm not the best at playing a lot of those games. I've watched some streamers play some of these games, and I have to sit back and go, you played that really well, but you took it far too serious when they're going on about the FPS and the frame and the tier and this don't look right. And you know, for me, if I play this game like I'm playing this now, and I think this looks absolutely brilliant and I love it. It's great because it works. I don't care about the fact that it might be going at 21 FPS or it might be not doing this. I'm enjoying it, and that's all that matters to me. Like, I like this guy here. I would like to go for a drink with this guy, him, because I would like to see what people would say when he walks in and he goes, "Can I have a pint of lager, please?" Because he's not English, I know that for definite. You would not look at that. And then you've got him here in the background, look, with his great big moustache. Looks a bit like Graham, is it Graham Souness, the football manager? Thank you, Cannablitz, and you've always said that to me, and that's what it's about. I am the same on stream as I am with my good lady, and I am with everybody else. I don't change. I can't change. That can only be me. And I'm so happy I've got a week off work. Whoop, whoop. Yes, 1 week. I have so looked forward to this, and I hope, I'll say this now in a sorry voice, I hope that nothing ruins my week off. That's what I will say. Yeah, a lot of people like me for some reason, and I try to work out why. Because I'm not... How can I... Do you think so? Do you know, if you think about it, do you know what a manager is, really? A manager is you can use the word guidance, reassurance, because some of the guys I work with, or there's one guy I work with that I've got a lot of respect for, he's a young lad, and everything I can do, he can do in the business. It's like I'm going to break into song in a minute. Everything I can do, he does, and he can do the whole lot, in the sense that if I get stuck on something, I can always go, so and so, will he help me with this? And he'll help me, and he's the same. And we kind of play off each other quite well, and he's only a young lad, and he's only been with the business 4 years. I've been with this company 18 years and seen it go from so many changes to what it is now. Now the difference is he's grown up around PCs and computers and all that kind of stuff, and he is really good at what he does. Now that's a nice shot when you do that. That looks good. And it actually shows the terrain as well, where the train moves. The train will go as well, look, when it dips, which is nice. Explain that one when you say it will cost your health, Malthus. Well, I don't understand that one. I don't really get that one when you say it will cost your health. We've still got 40 miles to go, guys. It's a nice run, this one. 40 miles to go on that. Yeah, well, I have a deputy, but he's like... Yeah. What people use me for is they kind of know what they're doing, and I use my boss. I have a regional manager, so I use him for that. You kind of know what you're doing, but you want reassurance, because if for instance a customer comes in and the customer's got a situation and that situation's put to you, what I tend to find is I'm quite good and quite quick at going, well, we need to do this. If we haven't done that, I've got 3 other things that I can use to help you. But at the moment, I'll do the first one. If the first one fails, then we'll move down the line. So what they'll do is they will come to me and they will say, this person's asked about this, or this person's done this, and I've offered them that. And I'll go, well, yeah, that's the right thing to do. So what they're looking for is reassurance, is for somebody to say, okay, go ahead and do that, and you've done the right thing. It's like a pat on the back at times, because I'm like that with my boss. When he comes into my store, I want him to look around and go, this store looks all right, this is okay. But he won't, because he's there all the time and the store always looks the same. So I then get into the understanding that I'm doing something right, because if ever he comes in and he'll go, that shouldn't be there, then I know I've done something wrong. That's how I look at it. Otherwise, where the staff's concerned, they look to me for their guidance. I think it's just like a chain reaction. I think that's how it works with a lot of things. It's just a chain reaction. Sometimes people just want that little reassurance that they're doing the right thing. It does look nice, that does, I have to say. Even the bramble. You ask away. Anything you want to ask me, you just ask away, and then I can explain what I mean. Are you curious, or are you just saying just curious? I'll answer any question, I will. I don't mind. I have nothing to hide from anybody. Yeah, that's another way of putting it, kind of. It's leadership, because people like that little, my headset's irritating me a bit. People like that little bit of reassurance and guidance that you're doing the right thing. That's what they do. I mean, if I do things, it's like, for instance, okay, I'm streaming. So when I decide I'm going to do something, I'll go to Janet and I'll say to Janet, what do you think to this, or what do you think to that? And she normally gives me her opinion. Although she doesn't watch the stream, she'll give me her opinion, and I'll take that and I'll think, okay, so that's a good idea. Or you've seen me do this on numerous occasions, guys. When I'm doing things, I'll say in chat, what do you think? And that's not because I haven't got an idea. I just want to get your guys' influence into it, so I can go, well, that's not a bad idea, or that's a good idea, or this is a good idea. You'll have to explain that one, Maltus, because I don't even understand that. I don't understand that. You're confused, Cannablitz? I'm confused. No, and I wouldn't, for me personally, Maltus, for me personally, to refer to somebody as a special snowflake and then to say, for example, if they have Asperger's, I don't even agree with you, and I wouldn't, because, no disrespect, I have got people that I know that have got Asperger's, and if you know what Asperger's is, you would never have referred to them like that. You have to approach me in a different way for the people. If you've got Asperger's, it just means that there are certain things that you will do that you have to complete in a certain way, and you have to get out certain things. It doesn't mean that you're a stupid person. Because I worked with a guy that had Asperger's, okay? And do you know something? He could tell me all the figures and all the numbers of certain things. So it's not about that. if you have it, I don't like the way you refer to it as that, but I understand. Look, I don't want to sound as if I'm being righteous or having a go at you, Malthus, but I didn't like that comment, that was all. They shouldn't refer to you like that, and you shouldn't take it like that at all. It's like I can go deep and use a derogatory word that people refer to for black people. Yeah, in America they use it as a greet sometimes. We don't use it over here or do anything like that. I think we're a lot more respectful. So what do I do if they refer to me like that? Just turn around and correct them. You can always talk to somebody. I think what people get lost in is being offensive or being direct. Thank you. Kets, you know what? If anybody's going to tell you straight, Kets will do that. Kets will do that, which is, you know what? If you think about it in hindsight, guys, it's like this, and we'll put this to bed because this could be a really long conversation. If anybody says anything to you in a horrible way, right, there is always a way that you can speak to them which isn't derogatory, which isn't offensive, but you're correcting them. And that's what people don't understand. If you say something to somebody and they take it the wrong way, unless you've said it in a shouting tone, a derogatory tone, or in their face, there's no reason they should take it any other way. Everybody should be able to have a conversation and understand where you're coming from. Cornish, how are you, sir? My hunky streamer, oh, thank you very much for that. I hope you are well. No, don't let people refer to you like that. And don't. I wouldn't let nobody refer. Yeah, it does. But my argument's always this. If you let people get away with something once, and I've learnt the hard way. I have learnt the hard way. If you let people get away with things once, believe you me, they will try it again. If you let somebody start talking to you in a certain way and you don't correct them, they will do it all the time. I have my bosses, I have my people below me. I still try my best to respect them as well, and my bosses I'll respect anyway because they're where they are, but that still doesn't give them the right to talk down to me. That's what they can't do. That's the difference. Because you just, life's, you only get, I said this to a lot of people, you only get one go at life. You only get one go at life, and life for me is about enjoying yourself. And if somebody's going to ruin it for you, then to be honest, yes, the timer is counting down, Cornish. Can you see it? 1 day and 30 minutes. Oh, Flying Scotsman, wow. Flying Scotsman, how are you? It has been a long time, dude. It really has been a long time. I'll give you one of these. You ready? Guys, would you say hello to the Flying Scotsman? Wow. Right, Storic, I'm glad you've asked me that question because I am really in the mood for that. I'll tell you this now. I had an operation, okay? And I'll tell you this is what I found out about the operation that I had. Now this is going to blow your minds, guys. There's going to be people in this room that have had an operation where they've actually been put under the anaesthetic. So, this is my way of looking at it. Right, so 50's now going to talk. 50's going to have his conversation. This is how it works. You go into the operating theatre and they put you under. Okay, so you're literally, you're under, you're gone. Which means I was under for 3 hours. They brought me around. But do you know the one thing about it? For them 3 hours that I was under the anaesthetic, I didn't dream or anything. So in my eyes, I've lost 3 hours of my life that I will never get back. I didn't dream of anything. So my understanding is that when you pass on, when you're gone, you're dead and your soul's disappeared, I'm telling you now, there is nothing else. You don't dream, you don't think, there is nothing. The body that we have here now and the body that you see in the mirror and that everybody else sees is just a shell. Right guys, think on that one and get back to the 50 Plus Gamer at 0800 50 50 50. You ready? You ready? Think about that one. And I want to hear your answer on that, Ket. But you wouldn't know, Storic. You wouldn't know. This is what I'm trying to get at. You wouldn't know if this was your first time, your second time, your third time, or your fourth time. You would not know. So whatever happens, you only get one go at it. Whatever happens. Because I know you can get deep. There are a lot of people that will go, well, there's an afterlife, right? But is that afterlife you? Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. If the light at the end of the tunnel, Kets, if the light at the end of the tunnel is you being reborn, it can't be, because if you're reborn as yourself, which means you would have some inclination of what's going on. If you're reborn as somebody else, that means whatever you was is gone, and it's somebody else. I don't feel depressed, I feel elated. Do you think that's what it is? I think deja vu is probably down to what you dream. I don't believe in that. Yeah, it is. Deja vu is the weirdest thing, but I personally do not believe in that you get reborn. Personally, I don't believe in that. Because I don't know how that could actually work. I'm all for, my opinion on this is, once you've gone, and that's it. Although, 50's just had a thought. No, that's fine, Maltus. We've just had a thought. Right. When I've taken a picture of my grandkids, or does anybody ever, or have you ever heard of the word orbs? There is a theory that the light at the end of the tunnel is exit 4. Oh, here we go. I don't know about that one. Who knows? Time is irrelevant. You see, now you're getting deep now, look. You're getting deep. But orbs, right, let me just continue this one. Let me continue this. Because I've taken photos of the grandkids. And have you ever took a video of a baby? Take videos of a baby or your children at a young age. And there's one that we took of Hector, and we took one of Nancy. And when we took the picture, you don't see anything. It's a clear day, it's absolutely brilliant, and the videos were the same. When we watch those videos back, Janet, and it's making the hairs on my arm stand up. Janet went, "Can you see those?" And I went, "See what?" And she went, "Just look at all those." And honestly, there was all these like things floating around her. And Janet's very into that. She was going, "That's probably my mum and dad and so and so." And I thought, and I went, "No, I just dismiss it. I totally dismiss it." which Cannablitz, honestly, you could be right. It's it's called dust in the lens. Okay. I'd like to think my house is clean, but thank you for that, Kes. But no, I do get where you come from, and what you said there, Cannablitz, that makes a lot of sense as well, because it is something we don't know. Thing is, that's true. That is true. Can I tell you of an experience that happened to me when I was 13 years old? And it's not the experience you think at 13, right? I used to live near an old woodyard, and the old woodyard was completely surrounded by a fence that, as children, you force your way in and things like that. And if I put it this way, you'll understand why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. They'd barricaded it off, so there was no way that you could get onto the roof. You just couldn't get on the roof at all. And we used to go there, and there were the pubs. There was a pub at the bottom and a pub to the side, and they used to get all their empty bottles back in the day, and they used to dump them in this yard, and all the bottle tops. And as kids, we used to make these boxes, and we used to make like fruit machines, just messing around, you know, slots you put. We used to flatten the bottle tops, and we used to use them as like money and drop them in. So me and this guy, and if I remember rightly, his name was Robert, but I won't go into his surname. We used to hang around, and we managed to get through a gap or a split in the fence, and we went into this woodyard, and we went into one of the huts. And this is exactly what happened, and this is no lie, and this is exactly as it happened. As we went into this hut, we were in there for about 5 or 10 minutes collecting bottle tops, and we looked over, and the fire, there was like an old stove kind of thing. It just lit from the middle of nowhere. And we were going, well, how's the fire lit? And we didn't know what happened. So after that, we heard somebody up on the top of the roof, and there was a little hole in the top of this roof. And this kid, and I would have said he was probably no more than our age, put his head through and he said, and this is the exact words, "If anybody comes, I'm going to knock 3 times." And we were thinking, you can't get up on the roof. So as we looked up again, this kid had gone. So we carried on doing what we were doing, and it was about 2 minutes after that, you know the corrugated iron things that you get that they used to board old houses up with? One of them just flew off the wall and went right across the side of this room that we were in, the hut. And I'm telling you, we dropped them bottle tops, and we ran and we ran and we ran all the way home. And that's the only thing that ever stuck in my mind that I ever saw a ghost or a paranormal activity happen to me. And that was when I was 13 years old. And that's exactly what happened. And I'll never forget that as long as I live. And it happened in the middle of the day. So if that's an eerie thought, guys, I've always had that thought. I think that we might, I don't know about that, because I think space is a different kind of thing when you're looking at that. But I always say, if you see Cornish Cornish, I saw a robin on the way to work. As you can say, that's my dad. Oh dear. I think they're old wives' tales, they are. So a plank. Honestly, I know you might believe that. It was corrugated iron, and it just went whoosh, straight across. And that's when we thought, I think we've had enough of that. I'm out of here. And I'll never forget that. Here is a mind-blowing thing for you. What if after you've died, you are still in your body and feel everything being buried forever, buried in... There's actually a, you know when you say that, Kets, there's actually a name for that, where what happens is, people have actually been trapped in their bodies and they can't move, and they have been pronounced dead. There is actually a name for that. Oh, Sim, I'm not being funny. You're going to have stories to tell. When you get to our age, you've seen everything. Geordie's back. Do you know what Cord is? Somebody's always got an eye on me. Captain Yarrow. How are you? Yep. Do you know after you play your brain is still? Yes, it does for a while. Yeah, it does. It does for a bit. We've got 19 miles to go, guys, and the conversation has been absolutely brilliant. 19 miles to go. Do you know, I'm going to tell you the story about my Sea of Thieves, by the way. Sea of Thieves, they did an offer for me on Amazon. That's why I haven't got it, because I didn't get it from Microsoft. I got it from Amazon. So Amazon sent me a email saying they're doing a deal for Amazon Prime. Get it for this price, right? And I actually phoned up today about it, Kets. So I phoned up and they said the game's been released, but what it is, it hasn't been released on PC yet. That's the difference. Unless you've got it through Microsoft, it hasn't been released yet. So do you know what they did? You know what Amazon did? Amazon refunded me 25% of the price that I paid and told me I will get it on the 10th of April. Yeah, I didn't get it through Microsoft Store. That's what I didn't at the time. It was because they emailed me about the game, because I'd bought another game off them, and they emailed me saying you might like this one, we'll let you have it at this price and so. What? Don't say that. Don't even say that. That will wind me up now, that will. You must have paid for it. Don't tell me that. I will bar you from my room. I've got more than them eyes on me. The good lady should be looking for something to eat soon. But yeah, I got mine through, well, I'm getting it through Amazon. So... oh, is it a 14-day trial if you have Xbox Pass? Oh, right. I haven't, no. Because I don't even have an Xbox or anything, so... my son's got an Xbox, I don't have it. I've got an Xbox 360 over there that I just used to put my watches on, but other than that, no. I'm only PC, you know that. Mentioning Xbox consoles and anything like that in my stream is a bannable offence. I'll have to look into that then, Kurtz, because I've got the, you know, because it's Windows 10, I can link it up to my son's Xbox and everything. I'll have to look at that. I didn't think like that. I just thought it was released on the certain platforms. Because it's telling me that it's showing me all the games that have been released on Xbox now, which is Farming Sim, The Long Dark, what else was it telling me? It was telling me all those games. It's a good game, was down for... I was watching you play it, don't worry, I was watching you play it, and it looks a really good game. You were playing it yesterday, I watched you. So, and it does look nice. I like the way they've done the graphics as well on the game. I think that's good. 50 DU 50 do what I do, stream to PC from Xbox. No. I'm quite happy with my setup. I would not interfere with it by putting an Xbox on it. You need people to play. Yeah, you do, yeah. So, and I think, can you have, is it 5 players it takes? I think it's 5 players in the multiplayer. I'll look at doing it as soon as I get it. Or 6, even better. I'll look at doing it as soon as I get hold of it. If you lend your son's Xbox or Sea of Thieves. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'll wait. I can wait till April. I don't even have an Xbox One. I've got an Xbox 360 that I'm looking at. And I'll tell you now, I haven't turned it on for 2 odd years, and I use it to power my phone. It's plugged in. I use it to power my phone. I've got a speaker that's sitting on top of it, so I can get the different height between that and the top one from the surround sound. That's it. Kets, thank you very, very much anyway. But I'll look at that. I will have a look at that, like you said, and see what. But I'll be happy till the 10th of April. It'll be fine for me. Just means I have to find other things to stream while you guys are doing that. But exactly. My son comes down here, and the majority of the games that I play on here, he's got, and he always turns around and looks at the playability that I've got, and he'll go, you can't do the mods and things like that, because he loves some of the stuff I do. He's 19 years old, for crying out loud. When I look at when he looks at some of the games I'm doing, he's like, he'll quite happily stand there and watch me play a game. And the difference with these games and the way my setup is, it just works and it just falls just nice for me. Right, so where are we now? We are 12 miles out. And I've always been PC. I mean, I was on, obviously when consoles first came out, like the Atari, Neo Geo, the Nintendo, and all them kind of things. I'd had them all. I'd absolutely had them all. And when I got into PCs, it opened a different world for me. As soon as I got into computers, it opened a totally different world to me. And that's when I really, really started enjoying gaming. Commodore 64 was an amazing computer. And they had the, what you call it, the Atari ST. That was another good piece, what you call it, computer as well. There were so many. I think the thing about certain games is the difference with PCs is this. People say PCs is kind of a PC gaming. If you do it the right way, it's a niche market, a very expensive market, and it really is. What I don't like, the Atari Cannablis was amazing with what it was. I mean, the graphics, if you compare the graphics to what they are now, the graphics were pants. But back then, at the time of it being released, they were amazing. The Atari was amazing for what it did. The games used to play, and remember, back then, there was no multiplayer. There was no, let's all link up to this and do that. You all had to be in the one room with your great big square controller, and you only ever got you got 2 controllers, and there weren't no wireless. There was nothing called wireless controllers, and your great big CRT television that you were sat in front of. You never had a computer screen, and you used to have the whole family sat there while you were playing a game. I remember one of the very first ones was the Benetton. They did a Benetton, which was, all it was ping pong. Boop, boop. And all it was white lines and a square ball. It weren't round, a square ball. Wow, I can remember that, one of the first ones I got, and people were like, wow, this is amazing, this is. I couldn't imagine what I'm doing now. Back then, you couldn't imagine it. Oh, Tandy and Radio Shack. Maltus! Let's have a look what you did. You use the word. You use the word. You can't use the S-H-I-T. Told you. My mood bot looks after me and everybody in the chat. The loading time was odd. Do you know what was the worst? What was it? Hold on a second. What was it? Was it the Amiga? I think it was an Amiga that used to have the tape deck on the side. There was an Amiga PC that used to have a tape deck on the side. That was absolutely sacrilegious for the loading times. And you also, if the tape got creased, you were like, ah! Commodore 64 as well, tape deck, that was it. And you used to have to, if the tape got creased, the best thing about it was computer language. And the best thing about it was you could go and get another tape and record it to another tape to put it back in again. I always remember that. ZX Spectrum, wow. It was ZX. I think it was the ZX Spectrum. I don't know about the ZK, but I know there was the ZX. That was absolutely brilliant, they were. Yeah, the loading times were crazy. Yeah, the loading times were unbelievable. Unbelievable. And there was I think, even right back then, one of the top consoles was called the Neo Geo. Because it was one of the only ones that had, I think it was a 64-bit colour until they started bringing out the, what were the other ones called? The Sony ones, what were they? What were they called before the, what you call it? Mega Drives, yeah. It was just before the Mega Drive scenario, because the Mega Drive started changing the way gaming was happening when the Mega Drives came out. They were brilliant. My first console was a Seamaster System built. Oh, Sega Mega Drive, thank you. That's it. And it used to, every time you turned it on, Sega! It used to say that, didn't it? Oh, it used to make me laugh, that did. But they were good. They were amazing consoles. They were very, very good. And it was so easy to copy the games. Copying games and everything like that back in them days was so simple. Right, we've got just over 7 miles to go. This has been a nice long run. Wow. That's it. Yeah, that's right. And the cheats, yeah, they were brilliant, they were. Oh gosh, they were brilliant. I'd forgotten about that. I used to use the replay. You could buy what's called a replay chip, and what you used to have to do was put it on the back, get the spring, so that when you open the lid, the console thought it was closed. And because it was done on, everything was done on CDs then, there were no DVDs or special drives, it was CD. So we used to go to the video shop. Oh my god, don't see one of them now. We used to go to the video shop, hire a game, and we used to bring it back, copy it. Oh god, I can remember all them days. I'm telling you the bad things I used to do. So look, I can't tell you guys what I used to do back then in those days. I can't. It's not right. It was a bad thing. I still feel bad about it to this day. I think I was the reason they went out of business. Blockbusters, yeah. That's the reason they went out of business. Blockbusters were brilliant, to be honest, because you could go and hire a game over the weekend, copy it and take it back. Oh, they were amazing. That was it, yep. Because back then, everybody used to have 2 CD-ROMs, and you used to have more connected together, and you used to clone, that was it, Clone DVD the software was called. Yeah, back in the day. Clone DVD, it was brilliant. You could copy anything, DVDs, computer games. It had the icons for whatever you were doing. Click, copy, and it used to copy direct. It was brilliant. Oh, the good lady's come in, so it looks like what I'm going to do, guys, we've got 5 odd miles to go. I'll get this stationed, and then I will come off for a couple of hours, and I might come back on later on. Ryan, thank you very, very much for the follow, or should I say the host. You see, because I've been talking, I missed the stop now. I missed what I had to do because she's talking to me about food, guys. Oh, I might be able to carry on if I take that off. No, I've got to stop and correct everything. That's because I was unmanned. She's talking to me about food now, guys. She's woke up and she's hungry. Oh, didn't you? So that's it. That back then, when them games were out, they were absolutely amazing. And you know something? You can't take that away from anybody. They were the best. Right. Let's go. Let's drop that down. It can move a bit quicker. There we go. Full power. We're off again, guys. Was doing so well. I have to apologise to the passengers because I'm now going to make them late. 4.5 miles to go. Cornish. She's gone now. Sorry, Cornish. She's gone. She poked her head. She opens the door. She poked it in. She said. She says to me, we're going to have a chippy because it's cheaper than going out to the restaurant." I'm a cheapskate, aren't I? Oh god, I said I was going to take her out as well. There we go, I got you in that time. And I says, no, we'll stay and have a chip, it's cheaper. Chippy's going to cost me about £5 or £6. If I go to the restaurant, I might spend 30. It's just not on. So we've decided to have a chippy. I like to push the boat out, I do, you know. If you've got a good woman, treat her right. Go and get a pie and chips and a pint of lager. The best way. All these fancy restaurants, blah. Right, I've got to come down to 50 anyway, so I might as well ease off. At Skelton up slow, I've got to go to 75 anyway, so if I stay at that speed, it should be okay. We've only got like about 3. You see, it's now telling me to register everything. I just had a Chinese takeaway, chips, chili, beef, lovely, wonderful. Well, I'm going to have my usual, which is, this is my usual whenever I go to the chippy. Steak and kidney pie and chips, that's what I'll have. I always have that when I go to the chippy. I don't have anything else. I don't have fish and chips, because that's boring. I always have steak and kidney pie with chips, and then I might push the boat out and get a tub of beans. I'm such a boring kind of person, honestly. Wow, that was a bit fast. Yeah, I don't I have, this is what I'm like. I have the same thing when I go to McDonald's. I don't go to McDonald's that often, or should I say I haven't been to McDonald's because I'm not allowed to go to McDonald's anymore. But if I go to McDonald's, I always have this, and it's the same thing all the time. I'll have a Big Mac meal and a double cheeseburger. That's it. That's what I have. Living life on the edge. Whew, it's a roller coaster. Honestly, that's what I'm like. If I go to KFC, I'll only ever have one thing. I'll have 3 chicken legs, and I'll have just that, what you call it, chips, and that's all I'll have. And I don't do that often either. That's all I do. If I go anywhere, it's always the same thing. If I go to an Indian, I always have a korma, chicken korma, and Janet will go for all the hot stuff. She will have the lot. Oh, I'll have that. I'll try that. Oh, I'll try a bit of that. Not me. Chicken korma. And the guy that serves us, he'll always go, don't you want to try anything else? And I'll go, no. And Janet will talk me into something, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just plain me. Read me like a book. Chicken korma's not hot, but yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Because chicken korma, they're all that's red. Oh, that's on the other line. I think 50. That's on the other line. I'm trying to understand the signals, and that's on that line. I've only got 1.97 to go, and we're hit York. She did say, Cornish, Janet did say to me, do you really want to have a chip, or do you want me to cook you something? Now, for me, she's been out all day, she's had a good day, she's cried. I didn't tell you that, did I? Oh, she cried. What women do is this. They go out looking for a dress, she's found a dress, and what do? Cry. Me, I'd have been happy that they found it in such a short period of time. But she was in a wedding dress and they all cried, and I don't know what happened. I think the world ended, I'm not quite sure. But that's what they do. I know, so, and now, it is going to be a really good day, I know it is. I'm just going to try and work out how I can get out of it, but, you know. Korma is the best tasting curry. Korma is nice, but because I'm not adventurous with Indian food, I like samosas and stuff like that, but I kind of just stick to what I know. That's what I'm like. I'll only stick to what I know. Right, so we're coming in at under 30, which is where we should be. Kind of done all right on this to say that I've been gassing for God knows. I've been gassing for nearly 3 hours, guys. Woo! How do you do it? And hopefully I can stop. 1.29 miles to go, and we made it all the way to York, which is nice. Here we are, look, there's York Station. Oh God, I need to slow down even more. Otherwise I'll derail at the last minute. Come on. There we go. Right, let's take that down. I'm speeding. Would you believe it? There we go. Coming in nice. Look at that. Steady. Oh, the dog's found something to bark out. Hey, this is coming in good. Let's hope I'm not going to stop there, by the way, otherwise I'm going to crash. Hope I'm going straight on. Yeah. I'm coming in nice and steady, which is good. Digressed, how are you? Greetings to you. I do like the train. I don't suppose you know what it's called. Yeah, it's a DUM. I'll show you it in a second. I'll show you what the train is. Oh, we're actually coming into the station, which is nice. I think that's what it's bringing me. That on, lot refueling just there, which is nice. What I like is when you do something and the scenery is like this. York Minster, can you see it? Over in the foreground there. Just a bit of power on there. Don't get too carried away, 50. You're doing okay. Right, so there we go. It says York Siding 19. I don't know where I'm actually stopping. I don't think I'm stopping here though. I should be stocking at York. It should be York 14. Yeah, that's where it's going to take me. 0.53. The dog's life, eh? See something can bark. We're at 12, so we're not doing too bad. I hope I wasn't supposed to change anything myself, by the way, because that is over there, which means I might have to go all the way around and come back in. Wow, this is nice. This is a long way in. Is it that? Oh. On top of the fridge. I would think what this is doing is putting me on the right, because it hasn't told me to change any junctions or anything. Otherwise I'll be going round and round and round. I've got a few DLC, but not a lot. This is mainly stuff that I've purchased, but I don't have a lot. What I tend to find with a lot of the DLC on this, you have to make sure that you've downloaded something else with it. If you click a train or you click a route, it will always say that you'll need this, this and this to complete it. And that's when I start going, do you know what, you're just asking for more money. That's why I haven't got a great deal for it, Sim. If I don't come back round on the right, if I don't come back on the right track, I should do, because it should bring me on the outside lane now. Because it's not told me to change any of the tracks at all, it's just told me to come straight in. And if you think about it, I came in on the outside track. Just bear with me, guys. Yeah. Yeah, when you've in a minute, I'm just finishing off. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, you know the number, don't you? Yeah. He's upstairs. Oh no, he's gone out. He has. He's gone out. Yeah. Okay. You can do, yeah. Right, so food's on its way. Right, I just want to know what track this is putting me on. I think I should be right now, though. I think. No, this is taking me back out. So probably I was supposed to change something, unless I'm coming on here. Yeah. I don't know where this is taking me. I've got no idea. Let me see if I can work this one out. Let's have a look. It's taking me here. I've no idea where this is taking. Oh, hang on a sec. Taking me back out, isn't it? Because it's there where I should be, here. So what I'm going to have to do is... It didn't tell me to change... I've stopped. I know why. It didn't tell me to change any lanes or anything whatsoever. Oh, it says I've derailed anyway, look, in the top corner. Right, okay, so I derailed. Let's finish it. Let's quit it. Let's quit it, because it was taking me at you. How can I make a wrong turn? I'm on a train. The track set itself. The game's crashed as well, look. Don't you love this? Don't you love this? Right, guys, I'm going to close the stream anyway, because I've got food coming. I am going to try to get back on later on. I will try. Let's see if it works. Yep, the game's crashed. Look, I have got that stack dump. Hit that and the game should. Class 101. There you go. It's a Class 101 DMU. Thank you very much for that, guys, as well. Let me see if there's anybody out there, guys, that is prepared to take you lot. The good lady's gone to get some food. What I'm gonna try and do, I will try and come back on later on tonight and do something, if anything. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take you over to and do something. Yeah, we'll take you over to Jemsy Dizzle, who's streaming at the moment. Let's do that. Right, guys. She's on the. I think she says she's on the road. Yeah, she's on the road to 500. Can we, if we go over, hit that follow button? Let me turn that off. Hit that follow button, yeah, and get her to. Come on, 50 man, what are you doing? Get her to that marker. Because it's not that difficult to do. I'm sure we can do it. And it would be much appreciated. Get this right. Right, has that done it? Right, guys. So what I'm going to do, take you over to Jemsy Dizzle. Hit the follow button, guys, if you're not following her. Yeah, get her to that 500 mark at least. It won't take a lot. She's nearly there, and she supported my stream over the years. Guys, you've been watching the 50 Plus Gamer. Thank you very much, and good night. Have a good one. I probably will see you later. The 50 Plus Gamer. 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 The 50 Plus Gamer Squad.
You ready?
The 50 plus gamers. 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 The 50 plus gamers.